Do you keep up with the Kardashians? No, not really. Sometimes I feel that because of the amazing amount of media coverage that they get, I can't help but keep up with the Kardashians, and I have to admit I have watched it, and it's that addictive crap that you kind of want more of in a bad way. It's so bad it's good. You could have an old muscle car, which one would you choose? I love old school cars. I think the Nissan Figaro is absolutely beautiful. I'd probably have a mint green one, although I really love, probably doesn't really count, but a Jaguar E-Type is the ultimate for me. One day, this time next year, we'll be millionaires. Do you curse like a sailor when the camera isn't rolling? It depends what mood I'm in. If your significant other half gave you a hall pass, would you use it? Be honest. I'm not really interested in that. But if Brad Pitt propositioned me, it might be a different story. What is the one thing you do that you hate to admit? I don't know, as I've got older, I've really come to terms with who I am, and I love myself in the best way, warts and all. I admit that I'm a control freak, and I don't think that's much fun for other people sometimes, but I kind of like that about myself. I think it just means I get things done, and I do compromise. Do you really brush your teeth in the morning and at night, be honest? Yes, I do. Who doesn't? I think it's gross if you don't, especially in the morning. It is a very boring thing. I actually really hate brushing my teeth. It's like going to the toilet. I really wish somebody else could do that for me. What is your go-to drink at Starbucks? Easy. Extra hot soy chai tea latte to go. There's something about it, even if I'm not having it to go, I have it in a to-go cup because I love slurping through the little peephole in the cup. So, I think you have to like sweet drinks. It's like warm, frothy, foamy milk with a hint of cinnamon and spices. It's a real comfort drink. I used to make my husband go and get me some on a regular basis, and now that I've got this, perhaps I can persuade him with a new craving to go out and get me some on a regular basis again. Is your current hair colour your real hair colour? Kind of, yeah, it's in there somewhere. I am blonde, but like a sort of dark blonde, I suppose. I've got the sort of hair where in the summer it goes really blonde, and in the winter it looks almost like brown, kind of mousy. So what I do to lift it and just give it a bit of extra interest is just have the odd sporadic lighter blonde highlight running through it. So yes and no. If you could swap bodies with someone, who would it be and why? Oh, there's loads of people I'd like to swap bodies with. But I think the ultimate for me is Helena Christensen. I'm not sure if you remember her. She was like a supermodel when supermodels were supermodels. And Helena is very feminine. She's got all the lumps and bumps in the right places. That kind of tone to her, but curvy at the same time. And that for me is what I'll always aspire to and never quite achieve. Have you read 50 Shades of Grey, and if so, what did you think? I haven't. I'm probably the only person who hasn't read it. I'm not sure if my imagination could do better than what was on the page. Do you crack your knuckles? No, I can't, wouldn't, and hate it when people do. Have you accidentally text messaged something to someone by accident when it was totally intended for someone else? Yeah, I think we all have, haven't we? If you have a boyfriend that has the same initial as your mother, maybe store them under something else in your phone's address book. Have you ever created a fake profile to creep up on someone? No, I've not. There's ways of stalking people if you really want to without having a fake profile. No, I don't think. I used to watch that Catfish, the American show that turned into a show, but it was actually someone who fell in love with this person, and they turned out to be a completely made up character by somebody else. And I actually find it really sad that someone would want to do that, or feel like they have to do that, more importantly. Just be you, guys. Just be you, honestly. Being yourself and believing in yourself is really what matters. And if the person of your attention cannot see that, they're really not worth your time. Which is your weakness, cookies or pastries? Oh, both. I've got a real savoury tongue, but I'm really into digestive chocolate chip biscuits. It's like it's the best of both worlds. They've got this sort of salty, savoury taste, but then they're smattered with chocolate chips as well, so you get that sweet bit to it. Try them. What do you love about yourself? There's a few things. I think it's terrible that women especially can't say that they love themselves or what they love for fear of being judged, or people think they're big-headed or opinionated or whatever. We've got to love ourselves. We live with ourselves every day, and there's a lot I love about myself. There, I said it, and you should say that too. I like my eyes. I love that I'm caring. The people that I do love, I think they know about it because I'm there for them. I'm ambitious and creative and driven and imaginative and never give up. I'm very tenacious, and I have an awful lot of energy to go out and live life the way I want to live it. And I know it sounds cliche, but to the fullest as well. I'm not one of those people that thinks, let's go skydiving every day because today could be your last. It's frankly unrealistic, but I do have a great outlook, and I'm a general optimist overall, and I think that if you want something bad enough, you put your mind to it and you can accomplish it. It isn't easy, not always, and it does take a lot of hard work, but that makes it all the more worth it. So I do love to inspire, and I am very motivated, and I like the way that rubs off on people around me as well. So they're all good qualities, I think, and I think I'm an alright mum as well. I love that I'm loving and raising this gorgeous little boy, and that any good parent should be proud of that. Do you have to match your nail polish to your toe polish? Nope. Tell us a few things about yourself that people might be surprised by. I'd love to get my pilot's licence. I'm actually very girly, but a bit of a tomboy as well, always have been. So I'd love to learn how to fly. I'd love to learn how to sail. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I've tried skydiving, rock climbing. I've gone on an assault course. See? I've got a tattoo. It's an anchor on my ankle. And I have it because, first of all, the anchor is a symbol of hope, and that resonates personally with me for many reasons. But also, it's on my foot because I like the idea that it keeps me grounded. But every time I lift my foot and walk forward, I'm lifting the anchor and venturing forth into the world. So I think tattoos are cool if they mean something to you, and that's mine. What else? I'm actually really strong. I might not look it, but I'm really strong. My husband calls me Jeff Capes, and we've moved house a lot in the past, and once it was just him and me, and I was the person with him lifting the sofa and all the heavy glass table and the fridge and freezer. Yep, I did it. I eat my spinach, what can I say? Heels or flats? Heels every day, but at the moment it has to be flats. If you could do anything for one day and money wasn't an option, what would you do? Dream big. Wow. Where do I start? Oh, I think I'd travel. I'd get all my family and friends together. We'd have a private jet and start with a champagne breakfast on the private jet, and then maybe we'd go to somewhere tropical and just lie about on a private beach with a private villa, which is completely staffed. And you'd get massages on tap and a gorgeous infinity pool, and we'd drink champagne and maybe decide at that point how we're going to spend the rest of the day. I would definitely love to meet some interesting people, so I'd have like dotted celebrity and key spokespeople. I'd fly to lots of different places in one day. I love Italy, I love California, and we'd all go and have different sort of parties and sightseeing and meals, and I'd eat my way through the day, drink my way through the day, and spend it with the people I love. Not to mention invest in an incredible house, one in England, one in Rome, one in Ibiza, and one in LA. money's no object, and for one day if I had it, then I would buy all those houses and all those places. And what else? I'd get a walk-in wardrobe in at least one of those houses and kit it out with everything I'd ever dreamed about. Is that enough? What was the last YouTube video you watched? It was actually the guys that created this, so Mr. and Mrs. T+3 and You Baby Me Mummy. I watched their This or That, which I found very amusing, and it's lovely to relate to other people through the online world. Do you have road rage? No, I'm pretty good actually. I keep it in the car. What is your favourite rock and roll song? Oh, I'm supposed to say something really cool here, but I just keep thinking of Jive Bunny. Who was your first kiss and do you still talk to them? I don't still talk to them, no. I've no idea where they are and what they're up to. I'll try and wait for the right guy. It's definitely worth doing. It just makes the experience memorable and pleasant. And first kisses aren't always, they get better for sure. So yeah, choose a nice boy. If you could have one YouTuber's closet, whose would it be? Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I really love Fleur de Force. She doesn't do many fashion posts. She's a lot more about the beauty and sometimes cooking, but she's got that sort of boho, feminine, pretty, laid-back style, which I really love, so probably Fleur's. If you could have one YouTuber's makeup collection, whose would it be? Oh, it'd have to be hers again, wouldn't it? It'd have to be Fleur's, or maybe Tanya Burr's, because she's obviously brilliant at doing makeup, so brilliant that, you know, she's now this celebrity almost, and with her own cosmetic line, so her collection has got to be pretty immense, right? Do you have a nickname? Not anymore. When I was younger I did. It was Baps. For obvious reasons. Right now, being preggers, I'm all about the Baps. It's the best. What do you think is the best thing about your YouTube channel? Oh, I just like that it's honest. It's just me, and I try to inspire people with it. And I don't just stick to one subject. It's a bit about life. You've got things like this where I'm talking to the camera and just being me, and then you've got little cookery tutorials. I try to keep it easy and quick for busy people. And then you've got beauty, you've got hair, you've got a bit of style. So I like the fact that it's full of variety, but it's just honest and genuine as well. It is just me, and you know, I have very minimal equipment and skills. I just go for it and learn as I go along, and I love that authenticity. So, you know, I'm not really into editing, I'm not really into this or that, but I give it a good go, and that's hopefully what you guys engage with. How many cars have you had and what were they? Wow, gosh. My first ever one was a Nissan Micra, like this bluey, greeny, like turquoise little thing. And then I had a red Corsa. Then I had a blue Ford Focus. Then my favourite, actually, I borrowed my dad's Porsche for a while, and it was an old school Porsche, and it looked like a like Knight Rider. I was just waiting for Kit to talk on the dashboard. But then I owned myself a Mazda MX-5, limited edition Phoenix, might I add, and it was brilliant. It had brown leather interior, and it roared, it purred, the engine. It was fantastic, and it felt good to drive, and it was a convertible, so in the summer months it was amazing to drive around in. And now I have a Nissan Juke, so yeah, that's quite cool actually. Alright, little bezzy little number, and yeah, it's cool. It'll do for now. I'll keep dreaming about the E-Type Jag though. What's your favourite pizza? Ooh. I quite like the ones that you can make yourself, you know, when you choose what toppings you want, and I'd probably put different meats on there, like prosciutto, ham. I'd maybe have a little bit of duck. I'd go for loads of tomato, loads of cheese, some perhaps sweet chilli sauce or something like that, sweet corn, mushrooms. Finally, if you could have one lipstick for the rest of your life, which would it be? You know what, I think a fail-safe that I tend to go to whatever I'm wearing, whatever mood I'm in, and it always makes me feel good, like lifts my complexion when I wear it, is a coral colour. And it'd have to be a toss-up between MAC, Tom Ford or Shiseido. Well, that's a bit of everything. I hope you've had fun listening to it. It seems like I've been talking for ages, so I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.